watching Juicy
Journals with
Mikey and Marti. So, we're really sorry that we're starting like a week late and way past between 7 and 8. It's like 2:25 a.m. right now.
Yeah. But we've had some incidents. It seems like when we decided to start the show, that's when all the juicy stuff happened.
Yeah, one crisis after another. It first started off last Sunday. We had an issue with the fireplace, and the whole house like filled up with smoke.
And the police officers had to come, and the fire department. And then at the end of the night, we were in the emergency room for
3.5 hours. Oh, it was terrible. We were there until like almost 4 in the morning. And then at night we had some car problems.
Yes, I left my keys in the ignition. The door was locked, and my dome light stayed on. And so my battery died, and we had to get a jump and then drive my car around for 30 minutes.
Yeah, so that's what took us, and then we decided that we videotaped our shows, so we were going to watch them anyways, so.
Yeah, and we tried to actually,
we were going to repost, a video of what happened, and,
it was too long.
with the fire alarms and the smoke and everything, and it was too long.
And then we were also going to post a Juicy Journals episode like we were supposed to, but that was too long, so now we know how long it's supposed to be.
We have to keep our videos like about 10 minutes.
But, on to our subjects.
Exactly. So, the first subject we're going to talk about is
Why minors can't buy
sparkling juice. Excuse me, I had
non-alcoholic
hiccups.
juice. Okay. So, story time! Everyone
I love stories.
sit in your circle and listen.
How do we know they're in a circle?
I don't know. Just imagine.
Okay, I'll picture this.
Okay.
Okay.
So, we go to Kroger's, which is a grocery store for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
And we're going to buy a juice from a different brand, or a sparkling juice from a brand called St. Julian's.
Which is an actual wine company, but it's alcohol-free.
And it said on the bottle alcohol-free.
Sparkling juice. It said 100% juice, so,
So we picked the flavor and bottle and everything up the bottle, and
Wild Berry Spumante was the flavor we chose.
we decided to go to the U-Scan because it would be faster. So we scanned the bottle, and the machine goes,
Beep, beep, beep.
Please go show your ID to the cashier. Thank you.
Oh my god, I was like, shit, I left my ID in the car. Do you have yours, Martina?
And I was like, yeah, I have mine. And so I pull it out and show the lady, and she's like,
Well, you're not 21. You can't buy this.
we're like, well, are you sure? I mean, it says non-alcoholic on the bottle. She's like, let me call my manager. So she gets on the phone with her manager, she gets off, and she's like, well, he said you can't buy it.
So, we had to go and get a different brand. It still said non-alcoholic sparkling juice.
100% juice and all that jazz.
And it let us buy it.
Yeah, so something's wrong with that frickin' label or whatever.
The St. Julian's brand, something's wrong with it.
And Kroger, you need to fix your gosh damn problem. And so you're gonna lose business if you don't.
Because it's our Sunday ritual. And we want to buy that stuff every single Sunday. So, if worst case scenario, we're going to Shoppers Market, so we're going to boycott you.
Which is another grocery store for those of you who don't know. Alright, so if those of you that know people that work at Kroger, or if you work at Kroger,
Just ask why we cannot buy that if we're not 21. I mean, seriously, isn't that big of a deal?
and
It's
change it so
alcohol
we
free.
can buy it, you stupid bastards. Well, Kroger's a bastard, not you. Anyway.
On to our next subject, shall we?
We shall. Our next subject is dysfunctional families.
Everyone's got them. You gotta admit, no family is perfect.
If you think your family is perfect,
Then you're full of it. You're on drugs or something. Can I have some? No, I'm just kidding.
then you live in like the priest's house at a church or something.
Or you live in like this like
perfect.
Wisteria Lane type family. And not even they're perfect. There's some flaw there. So anyways, as you all know, Thanksgiving was like 2 weeks ago. And we went to a Thanksgiving party. And
it was very dysfunctional.
It was very dysfunctional, and it made us think of our own families.
Mm-hmm.
So, you may hate your family because of all the problems that go on in your family, and they may be dysfunctional, but you know what? You still gotta be thankful you have them, because some people don't even have families.
Yeah.
So, as much as you hate them, you gotta love them. You can't live with them, you can't live without them.
Exactly. Like, when you have hard times, like a relative dying or something, the family comes together and you guys are there for each other, but then, the next day you might be bickering. But still, it's the fact that, you guys are there for each other when you need them the most. And that's what you have to remember.
Adding a little personal note, we get sick of parents all the time. They're family members, dysfunctional family members, for goodness sakes. We may hate them, but you know what? They are looking out for us. And through all the crises that we've been in the past week, it has brought parents and us together a lot more. And it just opens their eyes that, anything can happen at any time. 1 minute we could be gone. I mean, you never know. Mm-hmm. So, just always be thankful that you have family or have parents or anything.
Yeah, and another thing we wanted to talk about is maybe ways that you can deal, if you have a fight with your cousins or your aunts and uncles, how you can deal with that. So we're going to quickly go over that, and then we're going to probably be out of time.
Would you like to go first?
Alright, so the way I deal with my cousins when we get in a fight is I try to ignore it. Because I hate fighting with them.
And you're going to probably all say, how typical is that, just to ignore it. But
that's how I have to deal with my family, because if you don't ignore something, it'll keep coming up, and that's annoying. My family fights about politics all the time, which I'm surprised they didn't on Thanksgiving, because of the new president and all. Anyway, but, sometimes fights like that, you should just, you can leave, or you can get in on it, which, okay, if you want to do that, go for it. Stupid people. But that's my point of view. So next week, we should let them know what's going on next week. We are going to be talking about...
Next week is going to be a really, really juicy episode. And we might actually have to break it into 2 different parts.
Yeah.
So for next week, we will be talking about annoying people that won't leave you alone and how to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Gay rights, which is a very, very big one. That might even just be its own episode.
Yeah, that probably will be its own episode, actually, so probably count that episode 3.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll probably put that as episode 3.
And the last one, we got a comment from one of our viewers out there on online dating.
She would like us to talk about that. And so, of course, we said...
We definitely will.
Yeah.
So
we'll
watch
talk
next
about
week for that
online
one.
dating. Is that it?
That would be it.
Alright, that's it. Well, we hope that you all had a great 2 weeks while we were gone. We are really, 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 really sorry that, once again, for being late with everything.
We're not recording.
Yeah, we are. That's the stop button.
What is it? Okay, I'm sorry.
We're sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We're still new at this. It is recording, see?
Right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Alright. Anyway, that's it for
tonight for Juicy Journals. Yes. So, have a great week. We will see you next week. Try to avoid crisis situations.
We definitely will be extremely careful, so we can come to you between 7 and 8 next Sunday.
Exactly. Well, until then, have a great week from Mikey
and Marty.
Have a good night, everyone.
Night.